Hello, sir.
Yeah, madam.
Yes, welcome, sir, to the session. See.
Thank you. By what time? By 5 o'clock, we'll start the session.
Oh, yes, yes.
Okay, fine.
If all the presenters come earlier, then we'll start earlier.
Okay. मला नको.
Well, you got the technical schedule.
I have received the schedule, madam. Yesterday only I have got the schedule.
Done, sir. And sir, in this session, we have a second session chair, Dr. Priyanka Sharma.
Okay, she is from?
Yeah, she will come.
Okay.
But probably, maybe later she will come.
Okay, fine. We are having total 8 sessions, 8 papers, right, to review?
Yeah, total 8 sessions.
Okay, fine.
At sharp 5 p.m. you will start.
Okay, okay, no issue.
Done.
झालं?
विक्रम सर ती क्युरी पाठवलेली बरोबर आहे का चेक करून घ्या कारण काही ठिकाणी तुम्ही
विशेष म्हणजे ना त्याला उद्धट पोरी येत आहेत. काय असं
Yes. Yes, sir. Now we will start our session.
Okay, fine.
Good evening, everyone. Myself, Shasha,
आहे पण पूर्ण मॅप आहेत का हो
please your unmute.
वेगवेगळे मॅप आहेत वेगवेगळ्या टायटलनी मॅप आहे
पण
की एक टायटल
आपण त्याला एक करा दुसरा सांगतो पेपर ओपन करा
युनिक
सांगतो हा 1000259
शाळेला का
तिथे येतात ते.
हा एकच आहे
मग तिथं 3 का नको
Yes, ma'am.
Dear researchers and invited guests,
काम करावं लागेल
I
त्यांना
great
सांगताना
pleasure
कसं
to
करावं
welcome you
लागेल या
to
टीचर अगेन्स्ट
International Conference on Information and Communication Technology for Competitive Strategies digitally on Zoom. We all are going through with a tough period to fight against the COVID-19, and we are in second wave of this pandemic. The team ICTCS 2020 wishes you and your family to take necessary precautions, be safe, stay healthy, and also overcome with this phase as well. We, Global Knowledge Research Foundation, are thankful to all our guests present on this digital platform to make this conference a success as previous. Hope you all enjoy the 2 days of the knowledgeful and interactive sessions. And I would also like to highlight that all the presenters are given 8 minutes to complete their presentation. And I request all the presenters to stick on the specified time we allowed. Okay? Hello, I am audible? Okay. Now I would like to introduce our session chair, Dr. Nilesh Popat Sable. He is an associate professor and head of department at GSPM Imperial College of Engineering and Research, Pune. He has 10 years of teaching experience and his areas of interest are data mining, networking, and IoT. Yes, now we will start our presentation. Our first presenter, Vaishali.
Yes, ma'am, I'm present over here.
Yes, now you can start your presentation.
I'll try to share my screen once.
Can now share your screen. I give all rights.
Ma'am, is my PPT visible?
Yes, it's visible.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Myself, Vaishali Hirlekar from Sir Padma Singhania University, Udaipur. I'm presenting today my research paper on an empirical analysis of fake feed detection using statistical and deep learning approaches. The outline for my today's presentation is introduction, research objective, dataset discussion, methodology, experimental result, conclusion, and future scope, and references at the end. In today's digital era, fake news has become a rising threat. Fake news could be defined as a news which involves deliberate lies or flaws. People to share the news because it is easy to share, and every one of us like to do so. But we don't actually care about the truthfulness of the news while sharing it, and thus the fake news propagate fast. So this spread and propagation of such fake news sometimes poses a significant threats to the individual and as well as the national security. A variety of approaches have been proposed with respect to news. However, in this paper, we have presented a data-driven perspective using natural language processing method, machine learning, and deep learning approaches to detect the fake feed. In this experiment, we have analyzed the performance of various statistical classifier algorithms like logistic regression, random forest, naive Bayes with different performance features. Features like count vectorizer and TF-IDF, and also analyze the performance of LSTM model, CNN model, and hybrid model to improve the overall accuracy. The most contribution of this work is to propose a hybrid deep learning model involving the two neural layers, that is CNN and LSTM. So I have used a data set over here, which is from Kaggle and which is related to coronavirus, which is the recent one. We have performed some analysis on the number of fake and real tweets that is done during the first days of the April, and it shows that compared to the real tweets, the number of fake tweets are much higher. This experiment has been carried out on around 3,13,036 tweets from the dataset, which has a total 14 parameters. The approach that I have used for fake tweet detection using basic classifier and the neural network, which is shown in the figure. In the initial phase of this approach, it will gather the data, execute the various text operation for pre-processing. To analyze the model and the data further, it has to be converted into feature vectors. We have used techniques like bag-of-word, TF-IDF, and GLOW model, and then check the accuracy with the basic classifier model and deep learning model. So this is the methodology that I have used. As we know that pre-processing is a data mining technique that transforms incomplete and inconsistent raw data into the machine understandable format. So several tasks for the text pre-processing were performed on the dataset. In order to perform these tasks, NLP techniques such as conversion of the text character to the lowercase, stopper, remover, stemming, tokenization was applied with the application of the algorithm available in the Keras library. We have used different vectorizers like count vectorizer and TF-IDF, and then divided the dataset into train and test set and tried to analyze the performance. To evaluate the performance of the classification model, we have used metrics such as confusion metrics and the accuracy parameters. To find these values, we have used classification report, confusion metrics, and accuracy score utilities from sklearn library. This table 1 shows experimental result with the statistical classifier on this dataset. So count vectorizer and TF-IDF has been used with logistic regression, random forest, naive Bayes classifier with maximum feature of 1000 and with n-gram range 1 to 3. The accuracy achieved by the classifier are around 92%. However, random forest with TF-IDF has outperformed here with 92.8% of accuracy among all the statistical classifiers. Next, the utmost contribution of this work is to propose a hybrid deep learning model involving two neural network layers, that is CNN and LSTM. So to analyze the relationship, 4 data models I have developed and tested. Simple CNN model, modified CNN model, bidirectional LSTM, and lastly the CNN combination of CNN and LSTM model. So in the next experiment, a simple convolution architecture is used using 3 convolution layer of total of 128 filters with fixed size of 5, and applied ReLU activation function to the matrix, and then perform the pooling operation to reduce the dimensionality using max pooling layer and flatten the output and feed into the fully connected layer, and finally use a softmax activation to function to classify the output. Using this model, correct prediction were 1,45,509 and achieved the 92.97% of accuracy. The graph shows the model accuracy and model loss for a train and test set over here. In the next experiment, that was a modified CNN experiment, first layer embeds words into low dimensional vectors, and the next layer performs convolution over the embedded word vectors using multiple filter slide, which is sliding over 3, 4, or 5 words at a time. So here we have used this filter of a different size, which in turn gave me the good accuracy compared to the previous algorithm. So using this model, the correct prediction were 1,46,317 and achieved the better accuracy than the simple CNN model. And this time I have achieved 93.48% of accuracy. Moving ahead, I have used the next model, which is a bidirectional LSTM model. In this model, we have used embedding layers with 40 vector feature and input length used as 20 as a parameter. BILSTM layer is used followed by the dense layer with sigmoid activation. And here I have achieved 89.6% of accuracy. In the CNN LSTM model, which is a hybrid model, the first layer is a convolution layer. Here a convolution is a filter that I can extract the feature from the data. Next, max pooling layer, which iterates over the tensors and takes the highest value.
Sorry to interrupt you, Vaishali.
Yeah, ma'am.
In this session,
Yes,
we
ma'am.
have a second session chair. Priyanka Sharma is now joined. Wait for 1 minute, please. I take a brief
Okay.
introduction about her. Priyanka Sharma. Sorry for it.
No problem, ma'am.
Hello, Priyanka ma'am.
Yes, madam, I'm here.
Yes, yes, yes.
Start. We can
Now,
start.
our second session chair, Priyanka Sharma. She is a professor and director at Raksha Shakti University. She has total 20 years of experience in teaching, admin, and research at PG level. She has more than 100 publications in many international conference journals to her credit. Okay, ma'am, welcome you. Our first presentation is going on Vaishali Vaibhav.
Okay.
Okay.
Good evening, ma'am. Can I continue with the slide?
Yes, you can
Please.
continue.
Okay, so here I was discussing the hybrid model, which is CNN LSTM model, in which first layer is a convolution layer. This convolution layer is a filter that can extract the feature from the data. Next, a max pooling layer, which iterates over the tensors and takes the highest value. The next layer was a LSTM layer, which is composed of a cell, an input gate, an output gate, and a forget gate. And the last layer before the prediction is made is a fully connected layer, and this is regular neural network layer where all nodes are connected with each other. So in this experiment, hybrid architecture comprises of a two convolution layer followed I have used with followed by max pooling layer. So in the first convolution layer, we have used 32 filters of kernel size 5 and 64 filters of kernel size 3. In the next convolution layer, and I have used value activation function. So the output of this model, I have achieved over here 94.22% of accuracy. So this table 2 shows experimental result with all the neural network models that I have tried. So among all 4 models, the CNN LSTM model has outperformed with 94.22% of accuracy. So let me conclude my experimental result over here. So in the statistical classifier, I have used logistic regression, random forest, and naive bias, which in turns achieved 92.5%, 92.8%, and 92.3% accuracy respectively. Next, BI-LSTM with one hot representation model, I have used CNN and CNN LSTM model. With glow vector achieved 89.6%, 93.4%, and 94.2% respectively. CNN and LSTM model has outperformed in the given case with the 94.22% of accuracy. Now, talking about the limitation and challenges still that is there in this particular problem, that NLP tools with the statistical and deep learning methods alone may not be able to deal this fake tweet problem properly. So in this situation, relation between the news topic, credibility of the news creator infers the outcome of the fake tweet. So hence checking the credibility of the content can in this case can improve the efficiency. So in the future, we would be also considering the credibility of the tweet by checking the metadata such as account statistics, media content, text, or linguistic characteristic to improve the result. So this is all from my side. These are the references I have used. Thank you. Any questions, sir?
Yes. Which parameters you have considered for this accuracy calculation?
One second.
Yeah.
So this is my classification report. I have generated this for all
Okay.
models. So precision recall F1 score.
Dataset which you have used, dataset, whether it is trained dataset, untrained.
Sir, yes. Yes, sir. Just a second.
Yeah.
So this is a very recent data set that I have found because I started the work, and that time only this coronavirus has started, and it also had the effect on this fake news that time. So I have searched for the data set, and it has around this data set around 30 days tweets have been collected. So this is the newest one, because the problem which I have observed is, sir, in this particularly for this problem statement, the data set which are available are related to the 2016 US election, if you try to search. So I wanted
Okay.
something which is very new and which will related to this,
Hmm.
will help in this particular.
Okay. What are your observations regarding that hybrid model, CSN and LSTM model?
Sir, so far, I have I have basically taken four models. This deep learning model, simple CNN modified,
Only
and BLSTM, and then later on I have converted. I mean, I have done the hybrid.
that is what I am asking. What are your observations regarding your CNM LSTM?
Yes,
That is your hybrid model.
yes. Sir, it has actually had given outperformed, and it had given me the better result compared to the previous models.
In
Here you
perspective
can
of
see.
what? What in perspective of what? Accuracy you are saying.
Yes, sir, accuracy.
Okay, fine. Yeah, that's all from my side.
So much, sir. Any other question, ma'am?
You have any questions, ma'am? Okay. Okay, thank you, Vaishali.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Have a good evening and good day.
Yes. Our next presenter, Shiba. Hello.
Hello. Yeah. Am I audible?
Yes, audible.
Okay. Okay. So I'll just, can I share my screen now?
Yeah, you can share now.
Okay. Okay. So digitalization has made our lives very easy and convenient, but at the same time, it has brought a very big challenge of keeping it secure, especially during this pandemic of COVID-19, which has offered a very big platform for the cyber attackers. Good evening, everyone. My name is Shiva, and I'm here to present my research topic on cybersecurity during COVID-19. Talking about cyber attacks, there are some very common terms that we hear, which include ransomware, malware, phishing attacks, etc. So let us quickly look at them once in brief. First, talking about malicious domains, these are nothing but illegitimate websites which are created by the cyber attackers to perform some malicious activities. Malware, which is nothing but a piece of software used for performing malicious activities like stealing of data, deleting data, or even modifying data. Ransomware is nothing but it's kind of a malware, which once if it enters the system, it can lock all the files. And in order to unlock it, the user is threatened to pay a certain ransom amount of money. Next, the DDoS attack, or the distributed denial of service attacks, in which the attacker sends numerous bogus requests to the server to slow it down or even lead to crashing it. So this outbreak of coronavirus brought about a lot of changes in the lifestyle because of isolation, social distancing, etc., due to which the basic activities of everyday life like shopping, communication, and even information sharing had to be done on the digital platform itself. So it was during this time that the cyber criminals, they explored the various vulnerabilities of digitalization and performed a lot of malicious activities, which include various phishing campaigns and malware distribution to provide information or advice on COVID-19. A number of ransomware attacks were made in the health sector and also the government sector and also educational sectors. There were numerous fraud schemes and a lot of fake apps which were developed to trick the people to purchase goods like masks, hand sanitizers, and even to sell fake medicines. Misinformation and fake news have also been very common on the social media, which further created a lot of panic amongst people and also caused a lot of distrust in the governments. Not only this, but many of the very popular apps were also compromised during this time, which include Zoom, which is a very popular app for video conferencing, TikTok used for uploading videos, Netflix, and many others. Lookalike of Netflix were created to steal the user credentials. TikTok was banned in US and also in India because it was said that it transmits the user data without their knowledge. Zoom bombing is very common attack in the educational sector especially. And there have been many other such examples. Talking of the recent cyber crimes, Russian vaccine hack took place this year in the month of July, which was performed by a group of Russian hackers to hack the research centers of US, UK, and Canada. And this was done by sending malware emails to the employees of the research centers. I'm not able to see, okay. The next one is about WHO, that is World Health Organization, which also saw a 5-fold increase in the number of cyber attacks. And the scammers, they targeted the general public to donate to a fictitious fund instead of the authentic COVID fund of WHO. Then the famous personalities like Barack Obama, Bill Gates, and Joe Biden also got their Twitter accounts hacked. And surprisingly, it was done by just a 17-year-old boy from California who did it using social engineering itself. And about $117,000 was made using only this hacking. Then numerous malicious file names and domains were created to steal a lot of user data. Multiple DDoS attacks took place on New Zealand Stock Exchange, which finally led to crashing of its server. The best part is it was all done from overseas. Similar such attacks were made on other companies as well, which include Yes Bank, PayPal, and many others. Ransomware, a massive amount of ransomware attacks took place, especially in the healthcare sector, because it was the most crucial sector during this pandemic. Zeppelin ransomware is one such example. And this ransomware was undetected by any antivirus software due to the new Trojan downloader, which was hidden in the garbage text of the VB script written for the ransomware. Then several of the vulnerabilities of Linux systems and Bluetooth were also explored, and there were many attacks made on them as well. Talking about some statistics of cybersecurity during this pandemic, these were some of the analysis that was done. About 4,000 malicious domains were registered only for the purpose of cybercrimes during this year 2020. Ransomware attacks also increased by 800% during pandemic. The stock markets fell drastically compared to the last 30 years. The crude oil prices also went to the lowest ever since 1991. Now, looking at this graph, this is taken from the FinTech News based on the cyber statistics of 2020, which shows the various causes of cyber attacks that took place. And it can be seen that using puppy photos has been the biggest cause for the cyber attacks, followed by email attacks, and then cloud-based web application attacks, and so on.
Sorry.
The latest ransom,
Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
Time limitations. We have only last 1 minute left.
Sorry?
Last 1 minute left for your presentation, please.
Okay. Okay, so this is for the ransomware. It shows 98% of the ransomware attacks was done using Bitcoins. And this is the graph taken from the Interpol, which shows the key cyber threats during COVID-19. So as the technology is getting advanced, so are the attacks. So these are the various latest attacks we can see here. Deepfakes and AI fuzzing both use AI technology. Deepfakes, with the help of deepfakes, we can create synthetic images and synthetic videos. AI fuzzing is used for exploring various security vulnerabilities in the system and also the network, and it can be used by the cyber attackers to create newer kind of attacks. Machine learning poisoning is to include some bogus data in the data set to create an incorrect machine learning model. The others include cloud jacking, that is to hack the cloud infrastructure by infusing some malicious code in it. Attacks on IoT like draining of CPU and memory, and also draining using botnets that can hamper the functionality of IoT devices. 5G, which is the latest technology, 100 times faster than 4G, its vulnerabilities can also be explored and a lot of devices can be compromised due to this. So a lot of losses and damage can occur due to the cyber attacks taking place. So we can prevent it just with a few steps taken here. That can be done using strong passwords, keeping the software always up to date, checking the privacy and security settings, and always be very careful before opening any emails or attachments. Some of the other steps that can be taken include automation of patching and vulnerability management, using only approved devices and keeping them up to date, always backing up your data, preparing an incident response plan and keeping it up to date, avoid sharing sensitive data via Bluetooth, and so on. So with this, I conclude my presentation by showing this small video by Interpol, which says self-isolate your data, monitor your accounts and passwords, practice social distancing from unknown senders, use protective equipment such as antivirus, avoid contact with suspicious emails or attachments, clean your computer systems and mobile devices, and always wash your cyber hands. So these were the references for the paper that was written. Yeah, and that's it from me. Thank you. Oh, any questions? Yeah.
So basically, this is a cyber. What you have said is cyber definitions,
Yes.
and which are relevant in COVID. But
Yes.
if you are saying research paper, you could have just collected statistics and all those things at least. That
Yes,
where in which region, in which area, in which age, and all those things, which types of attacks are affected. So it would have more relevance, and you could have developed a ontology type of thing also. So it will be useful in any natural emergency. That is only one comment from my side. Audience,
okay.
you may ask other participants. Please ask if you are having any questions. Okay. Next, sir is there, no? Sir may ask.
No question from my side.
Okay. Yes, our next presenter,
No.
Shiva Prasad.
Okay, thank you then.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Hello,
Hello.
am I audible?
Yes, sir. Now you can share your screen.
Is it my screen is available?
Not yet. Please.
One
Try again, please.
second. I will.
You gave all the rights. Done. It's visible.
Good evening. Shall I start?
Yeah, you can start.
Good evening, everyone. I am Shiva Prasad Bijay, a research scholar from Kuvempu University, Karnataka. I'm here to present paper titled Segmentation of Brain Tumor from MR Images using SegXNet, and it is an hybrid approach. This is my outline of our presentation. It goes like as follows. First one as an introduction. The brain controls and coordinates many important body functions. Generally, normal cells generate, grow, and die. Abnormal cells grow when the body does not require them. Is also known as cancerous cells. Uh, the abnormal cells means cancerous cells mainly classified into two types, like as an benignant and malignant. Malignant as an initial stage, malignant as an cancerous cell stage, means it is in the form of dangerous cells. That can be mainly divided. Malignant cells can be mainly divided into primary and secondary brain tumors. Among that, like as an secondary brain tumor, 40% of cancerous cells is spread by the other body parts, other body parts, and also from central nervous system. Basically, the brain regions are diagnosed and scanned by CT, MRI, ultrasound, PET, and MRI. MRI is preferred. MRI is preferred for scanning because of it not harmful to the brain. The sequence of images, sequenced images are diagnosed slice by slice manually, which is laborious and also time-consuming process for radiologist or doctor. For this manual process can be replaced by automated segmentation, automated enhancement, segmentation, and classification with the use of computer vision technology. We have referred some of the papers. In that, we conclude we have performed that. To enhance the contrast of MRI brain images, different approaches is available in the literature, like as in spatial frequency and other domain techniques. From the traditional approach, many approaches are available, like as an linear transformation, like as a spatial and frequency techniques are available. And also fuzzy logic also available. That based on some of the for some of the relations, like as an edge intensity, clustering, fuzzy, etc. like that. We have traditional image processing techniques are available in the literature. From the last decades, deep learning based approaches give us an outstanding improvement to enhance, segment, and classify images. They are like by using CNN, RNN, FCN, and GCN. Different CNN techniques are used to segment the brain tumor, like as an SegNet, UNet, and XNet. And also like as an XNet, similarly AlexNet, VGG16, Google Net technology are used to perform classification of brain tumor. The main objective of this paper is enhance the improve the quality of an image by using notch and linear transformation methods, and segment the brain tumor by using a hybrid approach as an SegXNet. This is our proposed methodology. The workflow is like here. The input, we are taking the input from RATS 2019 dataset. It is publicly available dataset. That dataset is fed into pre-processing. Initially, the intensity of normalized to reduce the brain bias and images. Means we have reduced the bias and bias the image. Normalized images are fed into notch and linear transformation method to improve the quality of an image. We tried different inter and inner class combination of spatial and frequency and fuzzy logic methods. In that, notch and LNT method gives the good qualitative result. That's why we are using the notch and LNT method for pre-processing. Means increase the quality of an image. To increase the training data, we use the data augmentation technology, because our data set is very small in size. That's why we are using augmentation. It means it has an 248, nearly 248 images is there. That's why we are using augmentation. Next one is an segmentation. This XNet method is proposed to segmentation of brain tumor. It is inspired by SegNet and XNet. It mainly contains two branches, like as an encoded path and decoded path. In the encoded path, incorporate a sequence of steps. Each move consider two convolutional 3x3 filters, and also it is used for feature extraction, along with 2x2 max pooling for downsampling the input images. And also we are using activation function as an ReLU. This is mainly features are doubled at each pooling stage. The final encoded path makes a big size with information. In the next decoding path, after feature extraction from the encoded path, decoded step is used to perform an upsampling to make a segmentation mask of equal size in the inputted image. The encoded steps features maps are duplicated to decoded stage. While training the data, we have augmented data is used to train the data, and dice loss is used. Dice loss is used to used for binary segmentation. Here we are using dice loss for used for binary segmentation. Because we have segment only tumor and non-tumor. That's why using dice loss. Without augmented data, testing process is performed. This is the experimentation and discussion. For the purpose of experimentation, we have used 248 MRI brain images collected from publicly available BRASH 2019 repository. To enhance the brain images, normalization and LNT method we have used. Likewise, the digital image segmentation algorithm based hybrid SegXNet deep convolution neural network we have used to segment the brain tumor. To select the best segmentation method, qualitative analysis performance are used. They are accuracy, specificity, sensitivity, and precision and F1 score that are tabulated in table 1. Table 1 gives the different qualitative, measures. Results, it performs better compared to other methods like as an SegNet, SegNet, UNet, XNet. Compared to other method, our proposed method gives good result. Now, this is the figure 3 represent the first column represent the T1C, means the MRI images. That modality can be divided into 4 stages, like as an T1, T1C, flare, and T2. In that, we have considered that input image here as an T1C. This is an input image. First column is represented input image. Second column represents the ground truth values, and this is the third column represents the coming output, means predicted values results. And these are the training loss and training and testing loss for the representation of the graph. Conclusion: we have proposed notch and linear transformation to enhance the deep learning based hybrid XNet method for segmentation of brain tumor from MRI images. Evaluated on BRASH 2019 dataset repository. The results are obtained for segmentation of brain tumor. Overall accuracy gets an 0.998%, precision 0.97, recall 0.91, F1 score 0.89. Further, we plan to extend our work towards segmentation of core means major affected area. We are using here, this is for an enhanced region. Mainly that tumor mainly can be classified into core, enhanced, and whole tumor. We extended that major affected, means we plan to extend our work towards core region. Thank you. If you have any questions.
Thank you, Shiv.
So to improve the quality of image, you have used Notch and LT, that is linear transformation, right? Okay. Which by using this, which parameters you found that there is major change? Which parameters of image?
PSNR
Okay.
and mm, some other methods we have used to measure the qualitative measures. I forgot to mention that qualitative measures. Sorry, sir. Sorry for PSNR. Something like we have used for measuring the quantitative measures.
What FCN and GCN? What you have used of this FCN and GCN? You have used CNN, RRN, FCN, GCN, right?
We are using CNN, convolutional neural network.
You are only using CNN.
Yeah,
Okay.
CNN.
Okay. And you are having a which data set, trained data set, untrained data set, and you are using augmentation, right?
Yeah, we have collected the data set from publicly available PRATS 2019 data set. In
Okay.
that, we have used it around 240 different modality like T1, T2, T1C and flare images. In that, we are using as an T1C for enhanced brain tumor. That's why we are using T1C to get the data. For that, we have pre-processed means because of limited images, we augment the data.
Okay. You are claiming for 0.98% accuracy, sir. Right?
Yeah.
Have you examined it that you are getting this 0.98% accuracy by using your system?
Yeah, I'm examined.
Okay. By using which tools you have examined that? Or by using what comparisons you have come to the conclusion that you are having 0.98% of accuracy?
But
Means some sort of statistical analysis or some sort of what comparison you have done for that?
for that we are using accuracy, specificity, sensitivity, precision, and F1s for measuring the performance.
Okay, where the term is of accuracy. Okay, fine. That's it from my side.
Well, sir. Thank you, Shiva Prasad.
Thank you, Ananda.
Our next presenter, Mehak.
Yes, hello ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
So a very good evening to all of you. Kindly express wishes for a good evening. And today I am Mehak Saini, will be giving a presentation on the survey paper written by me. And the title of the paper is MIMO Systems and Wireless Communications State of the Art. Sorry.
What's the problem?
I'm sorry, the screen was frozen here. I hope it is visible now.
Yeah, it's visible.
Yes. So these are the list of contents that I'll be discussing in this presentation. So first of all, what is MIMO? MIMO stands for multiple input, multiple output. Now, in terms of wireless communication, if we talk about wireless communication, MIMO systems mean we are using multiple antennas at the transmitter side, as well as we are employing multiple antennas at the receiver side. So, and why we are doing that? So that we can transfer more amount of data at the same time. So MIMO systems help in increasing the capacity, quality, and spectral efficiency of the wireless system. And as we can see from this block diagram, so here we have multiple number of antennas at the transmitter side, that is NT, and NR, that is multiple number of antennas at the receiver side. So now the question arises, why MIMO? What is the need of MIMO? The existing wireless systems, they are limited in terms of range and data rate. Also, with the increase in the number of connected devices every day, so there is an increase in the demand of voice and data traffic. So, and as we know, that the spectrum is a very precious resource.
Hello, sorry to interrupt, Neha. Please set your
Yes,
mic,
ma'am.
please. Voice fluctuation is
Okay, sure.
set your mic.
Okay, just give me. Sorry, just give me a minute.
Loudly, slight loudly, please.
Am I audible now?
Yes, now you are.
As I was discussing, there's an issue. Okay. So I was discussing why we need MIMO systems in wireless communication. So currently there are limitations in the existing networks, and as I've written in the slide also, for meeting the demand of future networks, we use MIMO systems because they offer a lot of advantages. And in the future wireless networks, we know that currently individual devices are increasing. At homes also, earlier we had just one or two multimedia devices that were connected to the internet, but now we have around 5 or 6. So the demand will increase. Also, we need to establish the reliability, security, and robustness of the network and decrease the power consumption. So here MIMO systems come to a rescue. So as we know that wireless communication systems, they work on the multipath propagation, and MIMO systems utilize the same scattering phenomenon to enhance the data rates of the system. So what all are the advantages of MIMO system? So they first of all they provide antenna gain. So here we are talking about antenna gain in terms of if we take the antenna gain of a MIMO system and at the receiver side, and antenna gain of a simple system at receiver side for the same transmitter antenna, then we get more gain. And so it helps in extending battery life, range. That is, in range here we are talking about the distance, and higher throughput. As we are using multiple antennas, so it helps in achieving diversity gain. Then there's less interference, spatial multiplexing gain, and as well as the interference is reducing. So as we can see, there are tremendous benefits that MIMO systems are offering. So the next is development stages of MIMO. So here I am discussing the history of MIMO. Earlier, as we all know that uh, ever since the wireless communication came, like first it was given by, we say that Marconi is the father of wireless communication, but actually DC Bose is said to be the inventor of the receiver that wireless receiver that he used. So anyway, ever since that, from 1G, 2G, 3G up to 4G, MIMO systems have come to the rescue to provide efficient communication. Like in the 1960s, first of all, the single input, multiple output concept was introduced. And here we used to take multiple antennas at the output side or the receiving side. So it was shown to increase the efficiency. Then by Foschini, so a scientist named Foschini, they gave the concept of MIMO systems and they have shown the increase in capacity. As I will discuss it in this slide. So here they have shown to increase the capacity when using MIMO systems. Then as we moved on, MIMO systems were used in 3G, 4G, then the 802.11 N wireless LAN standard also employed it. And MIMO systems will form one of the pillars of the 5G and the future networks. So there are different types of MIMO systems. Broadly, they are SU MIMO, single user, multi-user, massive MIMO. So these are the various types of MIMO systems. And so the next is massive MIMO. So here, what is massive MIMO? Initially, we had a single input, single output system. But but as we saw that the capacity increased by using MIMO systems. So there was an issue with this. Like if we are dealing with a base station and a mobile user, so a large amount or a large number of antennas can be employed at the base station side. But if we employ a large number of antennas in a mobile user, so our smartphones, their size and cost will increase. So that is not feasible. So for that, what we do, we use the concept of massive MIMO. Here we take a large number of antennas, probably 256 or more, maybe thousands of antennas, which are much greater than the number of mobile users in that area. So what we do, we give this MIMO functionality at the base station site, and only one or maximum of two antennas are there at the mobile user side. So massive MIMO is the concept that is used in the future wireless networks. And
Sorry to interrupt you, Meha.
yes.
You have last 2 minutes for your presentation. Please conclude fast.
Okay, ma'am, sure. So from this figure, we can see that the effect of number of antennas on performance of system. So as we see, this is first one is single input, single output system, and then a single input, multiple output. Then we have multiple transmitters, and in MIMO side we have multiple transmitter and receiver antennas. So here, if we see at the capacity, see the capacity of MIMO system is more because these two terms, MT and MR, that is number of transmitter and receiver antennas, they are directly being multiplied here. So they are in proportion. So that is why capacity is increasing. And it can be shown from this graph also, that if we take here 1 by 1, and 4 by 1, 1 by 4. So here in the left side, we have the NT, number of transmitting antennas, and NR is the number of receiving antennas. So here, as we increase, as we use MIMO system, so this has been shown that the capacity increases with the number of antennas. So next is, so there are certain advantages of MIMO systems. There are disadvantages also, like computational complexity increases and channel state estimation challenge increases. So I've listed a few challenges and limitations by doing the literature survey. So first one I found out was that by taking a large number of antennas at the transmitter site, the hardware requirements increase. So for that, we use the technique of transmit antenna selection, and it is of two types. One, if we use the classical optimization methods, or second, the data-driven methods. So these are the two methods that we can use for reducing the complexity. And then another research area, I have found out that if we design a low complexity receiver, so for that we can use meta heuristic or other techniques. Similarly, the third research area I found out was for beam forming. So in MIMO, we use the method of beam forming. That is, instead of taking an omnidirectional transmitter at the base station, we send signal in the form of beams. So that has also to be optimized in order to reduce the computational complexity. Similarly, currently we are dealing with microwaves or radio waves in wireless communication. In a lot of literature, the usage of millimeter waves has been shown since it is a new area of the spectrum, and it is untouched. And so it has various advantages and disadvantages. So these have been compared here, and similarly, if we like integrate more techniques, like till now we use PDMA, FDMA, CDMA, OFDM, but if we use other techniques like NOMA, so if we integrate these techniques, then we can establish a better network. So these are some of the issues and challenges that I concluded by doing my research. Of course, there might be a lot of other issues and challenges or other research areas on MIMO, but by doing the literature survey, I have found some of these research areas that I would be keen to work on. And so, so the main conclusion here is that, of course, MIMO is one of the pillar stones of the future networks because it helps in increasing the efficiency and gain. But there are several issues that we need to deal with in order for it to be successful. So these are the references that I use. Thank you. So, any questions? So
Okay.
Yes. Yes, madam. You carry on.
Something interesting to be seen here, but I don't know how well it will be, right, sir?
Yes,
It
yes.
seems to be, it seems to nothing, no comments from my side because you are telling everything from deep learning to everything you are including, है ना? So participants, please you ask if you wish to ask.
No, see, for MIMO, what you have mentioned here, that is what the
Yes.
major issue regarding the MIMO. It is what your requirement of antennas. Okay, multiple antennas are required, and if you want to minimize the cost, you have to first
Okay.
select the antenna selection techniques. So, which antenna selection techniques you are basically focusing on?
Okay, so actually, for a transmit antenna selection, that is, we are reducing the number of antennas at the transmitter side.
Hmm.
I'm currently working on meta heuristic techniques like I'm just using particles from optimization, and that is the work that is already done. And I will work on something new. But currently, I'm using meta heuristic techniques on MATLAB to minimize. Actually, we need to minimize the cost and the system requirements. So for that, like we need to choose out of the multiple antennas
Right, right. Now,
which
see, one last question. Only the question is what if you want to make MIMO successful? Which parameters you will consider for the you should work on that?
Okay, sir, as of now, parameters like decreasing the power consumption and the decreasing the mean square error between the received signal and the actual signal, and increasing the capacity.
Hmm?
So a few of these are some of the performance measures, or
Which
we could also compare.
on basically on what measure you have worked in this MIMO?
So currently I have worked on decreasing the power consumption and mean square error, and I'm looking on more performance measures. But as of now,
Okay.
these. Uh,
For decreasing the power consumption, what you have taken? What corrective actions you have taken?
for that, I've used the meta heuristic technique, that is the PSO. So I have to add the novelties there, but so that I have simulated in MATLAB. So uh, I've taken a channel model of my system, and
Oh,
at the
okay, then this topic it has wide scope, and due to limited time, I will just wind up with my questions.
okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, fine.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Meher.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Meher. Yes, our next presenter, Chandani Sa. Chandani.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay, I'll say.
Can you share your screen?
Yeah. Is it visible?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay. So, just a minute, my screen's stuck. Yeah. So basically, like it was our final year project. So it was coming out with the solution of crop yield prediction using data mining. I hope I am properly audible.
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah, okay. So this will be the contents, and then so why we chose this topic, it was our interest and suggested, mainly suggested by our guide. So we consider this topic considering as we know, agriculture is very important, for the living, and it is major source of economy as also of the country. And for we focused on like coming up to a good solution for the farmers perspective. So like we went through different literature surveys and some papers we like where they had used different techniques and algorithms to come up with like proper solution with to which like farmer, like if I give one a traditional example, like there are still many traditional concepts like farmers will be like in this month they should like harvest some specific crop only without considering the changed environment of that place or the soil parameters, considering NPK and or the temperature, rainfall area, I mean rainfall condition of that place. So because of some traditional concept like if not using this developed technique, still farmers are following traditional concept, and because of that we are getting like less yield and productivity in crops. So so this, okay, I'll go to so what our solution was basically like we what we tried to do, we used some publicly available data sets. So what we did, I wanted to explain from the, yeah, so what we did actually, like we found some data sets so where we have different values and parameters for soil as well, not soil, I mean the place, and for crop. Suppose if I consider paddy or potato, so it will have its suitable and fitted region, like it can be grow in a region which will have this much NPK value, pH value or temperature, like that. So like that we collected data set for places, like we considered some places for India, and then we took some list of crops, and then we collected values for that, like for that place what will be the soil parameters in that place and the temperature, condition, rainfall, and for a specific crop what will be the those values suitable for that crop. Then using multilinear regression we came up with the solution that for suppose for Bangalore, if I am after using this MLR technique, so I'm able to predict, okay, for Bangalore according to its conditions these are the list of crops, like it will be suitable to grow there. And like what we tried to do this using a UI solution, so that, and there we were using API a post call, so that it will give me a list of crops. If I choose okay, I will zoom this and tell, I think, with example. Okay, so as I told, we had tried on a list of places. So if I'm selecting a place, then according to using the MLR technique which we had coded in Python, so it will give me list of some crops. Okay, so for a place, if I'm doing like here I had done for Bareilly, so it will give me some list of crops like matching the parameters against which we had in the data set for place as well as the crop, so that it meaning is like for this set of crops will be suitable for that place. And yeah, and after that what we did, we had like we used historical data sets, like year wise how the crop yield has grown and down. So there we had used linear regression, so that for upcoming year, like we had done for like 2020, we had started this we wanted to know, like suppose if I'm giving some year, like example 2020 we had used, so according predicting the like comparing like previous year's results, so what can be the approx or assumed like yield value for that crop in that place. So basically this was like we tried, why we went for this solution, like we thought this will be the easiest to implement and it will be economic, and yeah, like in future scope what can be done, we can come up with some solution. We had done this as a web UI solution, so this can be developed further. Future scope can be like mobile application can be developed, and it will be like very helpful for farmers and backward area, so that that traditional concept will be gone, and for a particular place, if some suggested crops are there, if they grow that, and then we will have like huge productivity of that crop there, and this will be like as a whole like betterment economy for the country. And this is some references we had used. Yeah, like any questions I want.
Yes. Thank you, Chandni.
Yes, what are the different challenges in this field of what we can say crop yield prediction using machine learning you have faced?
Yeah.
Hmm. What challenges you have faced for
Yeah,
deciding the parameters?
yeah, like the main challenges was like while observing the data set we collected from like publicly available websites, and there were some government sites also. So what we compared there, in some years it was like rapidly change in values, yield values, like, and because of sudden weather change, or like, and some like what we did to come up with the approx solution, we had taken the like nearest and average value of that. So I think because of that, uh, exact solution, like exact correct value we could not get, but in spite
Have
of
you, have you have you done any case study in your native place regarding this?
not in my native place.
Because this is the topic where you can go through the case studies and then analyze the result, right?
Yeah, like what happened there is GKVK, like as I'm from Bangalore, so through the help of our guide, like he also we had through him
because
we
because
got
the
a chance
result
to
up
get
till
more.
now whatever listen up till now whatever research it is done regarding the agriculture, the
Yeah,
predictions whatever are made by using this machine learning technique and CNN whatever techniques we are using, they
yeah,
have gone false, right? Hmm?
yeah, most in
Yeah,
the
so
most
for
of the
that
cases.
for that proving it to be correct you have to first go through the case studies, live case studies, right?
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay, okay, fine. Any questions from any other participants, ma'am? If you have
No,
any
okay,
questions,
okay, okay, okay. You have asked. Okay.
okay.
Thank you, Chandni.
Thank you.
Yes, our next presenter, Mr. Ganesh. Yes, sir. Hello. You are not audible, sir. Please check your mic, sir. Sir, screen is visible, but you are not audible. Again, check, sir. Hello. 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 You are not audible, sir. No problem. We hold your presentation, check your technical issue. We move ahead with another presentation. No problem, sir. We hold your presentation. Hello? Still not audible. No problem. Our next presenter, Ashutosh Prasad.
Hello.
Yes, Ashutosh.
Yes.
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 Should we have to present right now or wait for the Mr. Ganesh completion of Mr. Ganesh?
No,
Hello.
you can start. We hold Mr. Ganesh's presentation because of issue.
Give me 1 minute, ma'am. I can start. Give me just 1 minute.
Done.
Hello.
Yes.
Is that my presentation is visible?
Yes, visible.
Yeah.
Continue.
A very good evening to all. I am Prashant, one of the writer of this paper. Actually, we are practicing data analytics under ambit of Center of Excellence in Data Analytics, which is a premier arm of NICSI. So we had tried to gather our practices, our experiences, and the need of the government in this paper. And I am indebted to organizer. They offered us opportunity to speak on this platform. I should, before commencing, I should just tell what we are going to talk. We will try to introduce the topic. We will talk around the data analytics ecosystem, which comprises data characteristics and the analytic value escalators. And we will also talk about the case studies, possible data analytics use cases, which encapsulates MG Narega, one of the biggest employment scheme as on date, public distribution system, and the grievance redressal system of Government of India, and public finance management system, that is another financial management system of Government of India. And we will talk summarily about the social media analytics and log data analytics, which are piling in tons at our end. Analytics solutions, which we have built for the purpose of e-governance, we will also talk about that. And when we talk about the data analytics in e-governance, what is the technology stack behind this data analytics in e-governance? Because many things are being termed as data analytics, but certainly the technology is an important part of this chapter. So there are certain other things which are equally important for a success. And data analytics success factor in e-governance, we will talk about that, and that will be concluded with our observation on this topic. To start with, I think everybody is aware that growth of e-governance in India has been increasing, and it is in phased manner. A substantial jump, quantum jump, has been noticed during last around more than 5 years or so. And you can find each and every government program supported by an MIS. Certain ministries are having end-to-end system. Certain ministries are having complete ERP solution, and every ministry and department is depicting their scheme progress in the form of dashboard. So all this revolves around the data analytics capability, Either they put input to my data analytics framework, or it acts as a process or an output. So collection of large data set, because this resulted into automatic collection of large data set. And there is an urgent need to exploit this mount of gold mine, because it is said that data is next gold or oil, and gold mine in form of data by investing in the solution, and that can turn this data into valuable insights. And on the basis of these insights, scheme planners, scheme executors, they can do the decisions. They can take the decisions. And analytics is helpful to improve quality of service, planning, monitoring, and total governance. Then only its purpose will be served. For analytical applicability, we find that data, tool, and computing facilities, computing power are the major component. And when we move towards the data analytics framework, there are the 4-step descriptive, diagnostic, predictive, and prescriptive analysis that forms my escalators of data analytics. And data analytics in government cannot be a rule book out of the shelf or something which can be prescribed from one ministry to second ministry or third ministry, because every ministry has been constituted on the basic platform when it is having a different kind of implementation or different kind of need of public. So there will be variety of analytical solution, and implementation model can also be will also differ from one ministry to another. And the technology stack for analytics in governance is a combination of multiple ICT tools that may range from the data storage and ETL tool, ELT tool, or whatsoever be the technology requirement as per the ministry's needs. And identification of factor for the successful implementation of analytic project is the key component. Unless until we are successful in the identification of these factors, we will not be heading towards the right direction. When we talk about the data analytics ecosystem, there are buzzwords of big data and traditional data. So many systems are having the legacy system. When we pool everything, that will form a component in big data. And depending upon the data and the requirement, there will be the volume, variety, velocity, structures, and non-structured data. And the methodology for processing differs from one solution or one scheme to another. And an analytical value escalators, as I have described earlier also, that would be descriptive, diagnostic, predictive, and prescriptive, where automatic recommendations can be generated through an ideal data analytics system. I will talk first about Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Program, Guarantee Act and Guarantee Scheme, which aims at enhancing the livelihood security of public in rural area by guaranteeing 100 days of unskilled wage employment in one financial year for one family. This program is running for more than a decade. The act came into force in 2006, and thereafter we are supporting the total IT solution for this program. And how this, because the complete, this was the first program where everything was supported with an IT system, and that was mandated when Act and guidelines were framed. So there, as on date, we are dealing with more than 10 million transactions per day, huge figure. And the possible data analytics, when we talk about the scheme benefit or the benchmarking of my success, there may be age or social group wise analysis. Are we supporting the vulnerable group with this scheme? And when we talk about the assets, because many things were happening earlier when the kacha work were being taken. So analysis by type of work, and the delayed payment and the demand met meeting is the key component. We can also analyze after analyzing the data set which are being gathered right from the village or gram panchayat. And this is the program where the IT implementation has been percolated up to gram panchayat level. Public distribution system is another big system which touches.
Sorry to interrupt you, Prashant.
Please.
We have a time limit, so last 2 minutes for your presentation.
Okay. So here also we can have the week-wise analysis of number of transaction, analysis of quota utilization, which each and every state is having. And we can also analyze with respect to Aadhaar-based transaction, again the total number of transactions. CP grams here also, as per any grievance system, we can have the reducing the pendency of grievance, analysis of grievance as per the nature. And if we can take any decision, government decision, will the number of grievance can reduce or not? So these many questions can be answered after analyzing the CP grams data. Public finance management system, it deals with the around 20 million or 30 million transactions per day. Here, all the government transactions are being handled by this. You can analyze the ranking of banks. You can do the ranking of banks, analyze the performance of schemes or state after analyzing this data. Social media analysis and the log data analytics can also be the ideal case for using the new trends and technology in the data analytics field, which can touch upon, first one, social media will touch upon the real life of citizen, and the second one will touch upon my robustness of my system and who are the persons who are going to intrude in my system. So these two things we can touch upon with the data analytics solution. And when we talk about the data analytics solution model, we can have the data quality assessment, because unless until your data is of good quality, your assessment or the result will always be compromised. And the custom based, because here we are having two options. Either we can offer the pre-built domain-specific data analytics tools, but this will be used in a subset of ministries where, like I think you can say similar type of work is being executed, but most of the ministries, as I have told, need custom-built analytic solution. Likewise, we can have the social media analytics platform, which can analyze the citizen responses and sentiments very quickly. So government can take the preventive action and can decide while they are taking the important policy decisions. And the self-service analytics is another arm where the department can do the self-service and analyze what is the best policy change or the best tuning required at their end. So, and we can also showcase this solution on mobile, and we can also use the mobile usage data as an analytical solution model. So, as I have described, data collection and cleaning, relational database versus the big data technology, unstructured data, data building of data warehouses, data lakes. These are the things where we have worked, and ETL, online analytical processing, visualization tools, statistical methodology using tools like R, Python, and other solutions. So we have touched upon all the things while working on this subject. So data analytics, when I come about the what are the data analytics success factor in a governance, I should involve that this is totally dependent on the people, process, and technologies. And when I talk about the people, process, and technologies, I should include that here the adoption is another important factor. You can analyze, you can tell them, but unless until somebody is going to adapt your result, it will not going to serve the purpose. And for this, we need strategic planning where we need to win confidence of my user base. And data governance is another area where we have to work very strongly. Unless until we are having technologically we are proficient, we will not be able to win the confidence. And the fourth one is the legal aspects. When we are having all the first three things: strategy, planning, data governance, technical proficiency, because you can't leverage over Aadhaar. So because there are certain Supreme Court guidelines, you can't use Aadhaar for that purpose. So while doing all these analytics, we took the enough precautions not to touch upon those things. And we have to work, we have to collectively work for building the internal readiness and awareness, usage and capacity building of my user base. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Prashant.
You are welcome.
Hello.
Shall we stop? Shall we close?
Yeah, you
Okay.
can. Wait for session change.
Okay, fine.
Okay, fine from my side.
Done. Yes, our last presenter, Mr. Ganesh. Solve your problem. Hello. Hello. No, sir, you are not audible yet. Hello. You are still not audible, sir. Sorry, sir, you are still not audible. You can mail your PPT email ID. I've written in your chat. Please find it. Once more, you can try. Hello. No, sir, it's still not audible. Technical issue. You can please mail your PPT at the mail ID I have sent in your chat box. Okay, sir. Now we all done with our all presentations. No, sir.
So he's not presenting. Mr.
No.
Ganesh is not presenting.
Yes, because has a problem, technical issue.
No problem, no problem. So
Oh.
shall we wind up, right?
Yeah.
Okay, madam.
Now,
Bye.
I sincerely thank our researchers and presenters for your excellent presentation in this international conference. I hope this session was informative and knowledgeable as well. All the presenters would be getting their digital certificates, payment receipts, and thank you letter via email within 2 working days. Further, all the papers have already been forwarded to the Sprinkler for publication process, and the publication will be live within 4 to 5 months. So please cooperate with our team during this tenure, and also thank our two session chair, Dr. Nilesh Apre and Dr. Priyanka Sharma.
Thank you, ma'am.
We gave you a small token from our side.
Yeah, you always give certificate types.
Yeah. What we can do now?
Thank you,
during this
thank you.
pandemic.
Virtually.
Yeah. This is
But
for
nice,
you,
na.
madam.
As such, our travel
Yeah.
time and all those hectic things are avoided.
This is for you, madam. This is for
Thank
you,
you,
sir.
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
At last, can you open all the camera for a quick snapshot, please?
But I would like to mention that
Yes.
very
Yes.
yeah, and Jaipur is such a wonderful city in this weather, and the timings were perfect from your side, but perhaps Almighty was not agreeing to
Yes.
our.
During this pandemic.
Yeah.
These were one of the target for this conference also. Submitting the paper.
Next time, sure, hope. Next time, sure, we can do this.
Thank you.
Yes, smile, everyone, please. Done. So, everyone, stay
Thank
safe, stay healthy.
Thank you, everyone. Bye. Bye. Okay.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Take
thank
care,
you. Bye-bye.
everyone.